I guess it's true. Once you pop, the realness starts. Shut the fuck. Hey, I don't need your shit. I don't need your shit right now, dog. So,
welcome to PringleTheOne's world.
All right, y'all. Before we start this review, I gotta give a moment of silence. So let me cue the sad music. Alright, now that we're done with that, I just had to get that out there. Yeah, what's up, YouTube fam? PringleTheOne in the goddamn building today. Today, how the hell have we been doing, fam? Hope we're doing good and shit. I messed it up, my intro and everything, but I don't give a fuck. Today, y'all, I wanted to do the Fruit of Grisaia episode 12 review. And yo, guys, I gotta say, this episode is so motherfucking sad. Oh my gosh, y'all, I don't know what to say. This episode has just been like, it's been so graphic, man. It showed that side that I was saying on the last episode, and I knew it was gonna happen. That's the crazy thing. I was like, yo, they're gonna revert to that, and they did. All right, check it out, guys. And it goes in days. This episode goes in days, just like the last episode. Day 13 happens. Since we left off on day 12 on the last episode, day 13 happens, and Komori, one of the students, she's freaking foaming at the mouth because she ate some flower buds, and the kids are becoming delusional, even more so delusional than they were the last couple of days. Day 14 happens, and we have another student that dies, and I'm just like, day 15 happens, and within those 2 days, we have 3 students that died. One died from hanging herself. The other died from just being unconscious and the lack of eating, vitamin deficiency. Man, man. This episode, boy, the other student died. I don't even want to keep going with this death of these students, man. This shit is tough, man. Like this is one tough ass episode, man. It is really tough. Because after those students die, not only do they start eating, some even start eating the maggots. One of them starts eating the maggots on one of them. The other ones become so delusional. And it's crazy what happens after those deaths. That it's like the students start to feel no kind of empathy anymore towards the dead students. They're actually getting to the point, psychologically speaking, that they're like, you know what? I hope she dies. I hope she dies. Because if she dies, that's more food for us. So she needs to die. The better, the sooner, the faster, the better. And I was just like, God damn, man. Fuck. This shit is sad as fuck, man. Like, I forgot. There was a movie that had something like this. That it was a bunch of kids that got stranded on an island. And they didn't have any kind of food or anything like that for the longest. But this was just worse because there are no animals or species like that around the forest that they were in. There was just fruits and mushrooms and shit like that you really couldn't trust depending on how you felt. Because a lot of that stuff is venomous. So what happens around, I believe it's day 15, day 16, the teacher comes back, and this man comes back delusional. This man comes back, he's like, hey, I did it. I didn't find shit, but yes! And I'm just like, this motherfucker, man. He not only is he delusional, but you don't know, you can't trust his state of mind. Because after that, the class leader comes to the students like a day later, the next day, the following day, and she's like, hey, I brought deer meat. And I was like, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Right when I started, I paused the video and I wrote down the notes for this review, and I was just like, hold the fuck up. Deer meat. Okay. Deer meat. Now, jot back down to what I said on the last episode, where there's a possibility of them reverting to cannibalism. Yeah, that's that shit right there, nigga. The shit right there, nigga, that's that shit right there. And I was like, I knew that shit would happen. This bitch said deer meat. Ain't no fucking deers around this motherfucking forest. Because if there was, you would have went out there and you would have been eating deer meat every fucking day, man. But this female brought some deer meat in a soup, man. Deer meat in a fucking soup, man. I was just like, nah, man. I don't believe that shit, man. The class leader brought deer meat. She gave deer meat to Amane. And Amane was gonna give it to Kazuki. And Kazuki was like, no, I don't feel well. I'm not gonna eat that. I believe she knew what it was because she saw how it was happening. She could tell that this was going to happen. They were going to revert to, they were turning not even into human no more. They were turning into animals. And then Amane was like, you know what? Since Kazuki's not gonna eat it, I'm not gonna eat it because that's how their friendship is. So she doesn't eat it. Then that night, Kazuki was like, all right, hey, we about to dip. Let's get the fuck out of here. We rolling the fuck out. I ain't fucking with these hoes. Cause these bitches is getting crazy, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, this shit was happening in like 10 minutes in the motherfucking episode. That first minute of the goddamn episode, this bitch dies, this bitch go crazy. And I'm like, holy fuck, nigga, it's only been a fucking minute. God damn. I was amazed at how much they put into just one episode. That it was fucking astonishing, nigga. I said astonishing, right? And by that night, she went and she was looking around, and then she heard, because Kazuki was like, shoot, they were running out of the forest because Kazuki actually set a plan. She had a map and everything of where to go to find a route. And I believe she was probably searching that route when she was by herself without anybody knowing, because she knew this was a possibility of it happening. And as she was running out, she heard the student and the teacher, and they were fucking. I was like, yo, man, this shit surprised me more. This shit surprised me just as much as that Sword Art Online episode I saw like a couple of days ago. That shit threw me the fuck off. Like I was just like all up night. I was just like, I just can't believe that shit. I just don't believe it. But yo, she was fucking the sensei and shit. And she heard it, and Amane was just freaked out because nobody's really mentally prepared for that kind of stuff. Because not only that, Kazuki was saying it, this is not where the real hell has started. The real hell is right there. And she hears the other bodies, and I saw that shit. I saw the female and the dead bodies and the uniforms laid there. They ate those motherfuckers, man. They cooked them, dog. They cooked their dead bodies. The class leader didn't let all the other students know, but they were cooking them. I was just like, yo, they reverted to cannibalism, man. You don't understand how perfect they achieved this amount of like synergy towards an anime and the actual human species when it comes to survival, because humans are like, we're animals. So in that sense, we're gonna do our best to survive, man. And at times it's gonna be one of those, I kill you, motherfucker, so I can live the next motherfucking day. So I saw that shit happen, man, and I wasn't ready, man. I wasn't ready either. I was like, I knew that shit was gonna happen, though. I knew it was gonna happen. And as soon as it happened, the teacher jumped. That motherfucker started running, boy. Some people it was funny because on Crunchyroll, dudes made the funniest comment. I was like, oh shit, I'm seeing Attack on the Titan on this motherfucker. And I just started cracking up, man, because this motherfucker started coming. He was running like, ah. It was like, yo, man, this bitch lost his, like, he lost his sanity, man. And he started running because Kazuki and Amane found out the secret that they were eating out the other students. They were eating the other students and shit like that. And he started running and running and running. And Amane, at this point, I was like, what the fuck? Because Amane tripped and she was like, I'm too scared. I don't want to keep going. Oh, man, I want to, bitch, get your bitch ass, bitch, you don't see what the fuck is going on. Bitch, get your punk ass out. We got to keep this shit going. Bitch, get your ass up. I ain't playing with you in that shit, man. But nah, man, Kazuki was like, don't worry, this is what friends are. I love you, don't worry about this. I love you as friend. And she sacrificed herself. She was like, here, I packed a whole bunch of food and I saved the rations because I knew this was a possibility of it happening. And she gave her the food, the backpack full of food and shit. And I saw, like, you see Kazuki getting, like, grabbed by all the other students because all these students are all in cahoots. And now they knew that they were they're eating each other and shit like that, man. They were literally eating each other because they just went that crazy, man. They wanted food. And you see Kazuki, and then, like, Amane's running. She's like, I can't turn back. I'm gonna take this sacrifice in vain. I'm gonna take this sacrifice in vain. And she manages it, and I was like, oh shit. And it's like day 20, like 6 days have passed. She's getting delusional. 6 days have passed, she's getting delusional, and she manages to finally reach the street. Like, she found like a farm patch, and she started eating some cabbages, and she felt life. I was just like, that was amazing, man. For one fucking episode. And the funny thing is, that was only 15 minutes in the fucking episode. So right around the next 10 minutes or so, the next 6 minutes, she goes back to the present time and she starts talking to Yuji about that story. And it's trippy because what she says is that the news came back and the news changed the style of what happened. The news, you know how fucked up the news in the media is. They made it so that she was the only survivor and she said fuck everybody. And that was fucked up, and it hit her psychologically, so she would have nightmares of her dead classmates. I was just like, holy fuck, man, how can you sleep with that kind of shit, man? It's amazing, dog. Like, it's, yo, man, I don't know, man. If there's any reason to watch anime and you want something that strong, man, y'all better check this shit out. And I believe it ends next week because it's probably gonna be a 13 size anime. So that happens, and man, she goes to the present. You see her talking to a doctor and psychologist, and she was in trauma for like years and stuff like that. And then she said that her savior was Yuji because she finally met Kazuki's brother. So then it flash forwards a little bit further, and then Yuji and Kazuki, Yuji and Amane are talking, and then he's like, "Hey, you're gonna love me now forever. You are my shit. You are mine." I was like, damn, my nigga, this is what you talk about, exacting dominance on your female, man. Because it was like, you are mine, and if there's anything problem, you gonna stay with me forever, bitch. That's right. And then she talks about there's a possibility of Kazuki being alive after that incident because all of the students died. She was the only sole survivor. And then she's like, okay, she pulls out the map that Kazuki gave it to her, and then she's like, well, let's check it out. What was happened, and that was like towards the end, that's the ending right there. What also happens is Yuji meets some old motherfucker, and he comes like, oh, you know Amane, right? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, I'm Amane's biggest fan. The fuck is an old motherfucker talking about? He's like some IT motherfucker. It's a rapist or some shit, man. I'm thinking that sounds real fishy, man. He's probably trying to kill her or some shit and try to change the story or something like that. Or maybe he had some sort of family relationship with the students or one of the sensei, the fucking ridiculous ass sensei that killed himself. That motherfucker, you know what's funny, man? He's supposed to be the most composed motherfucker. You know, like I felt like he was the first motherfucker to crack, man. You're supposed to be the composed person. How the fuck are you gonna start eating your students, motherfucker? But yo, human nature, man. That is, believe it or not, survival skills state that is a human nature, no matter how much we want to avoid it, man. And man, I gotta say, that was one hell of a motherfucking episode. Yo, that arc, because it was an arc. It was a span of 3 episodes, man. That was the most depressing arc ever, because all of the females in the anime have a story to tell. There's these large backstories to each of these females, and man, yo, Amane had it bad, man. Holy fuck. That's all I got to say, y'all. I felt like man, dog. Oh shit, man. Check that anime out, y'all. It's an A right there, nigga. That's an A out of the rating scale, nigga. That's an A right there. That's better than my math grade right there. Strong epic anime, y'all. Comment, subscribers, likes get the liking. I did it again, goddammit. I'm out this bitch, y'all. Take care. Peace.